Drake doesn't just not understand black culture. He doesn't understand any culture, because why does he have a video where he's got a bunch of guns laid out in front of him? Like he's got, mob ties, but he's currently trying to deal with that problem in court.
We're not in your mix. We're not in your mix. Like, ever. We never want to be in your mix. We don't want.
We don't want to party with you.
We don't want to party with you. We don't want anything from you. Half the time we don't even like your makeup. So it's like
you in the video surrounded by a bunch of choppers. You're the Canadian chopper slinger now.
Oh my God.
You the Toronto trigger squeezer now.
This guy's crazy.
Huh?
Drake just upped the drama. He flashed real guns in a music video and made not-so-subtle threats toward Kendrick Lamar. But guess who stepped in to check him? Pusha T came swinging, calling out Drake's wannabe gangster routine loud and clear. We all figured Drake might chill after catching that brutal L in his feud with Kendrick. But nope, it's 2025, and instead of falling back, Drake's out here flexing weapons and throwing shots like he's in a crime flick.
So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now.
And it gets messier. Drake's out here acting like he's running the streets, but fans aren't buying it. They're roasting him. He's literally suing his own label, crying that they ruined his rep after he fumbled the beef with Kendrick. Meanwhile, he's out here doing gunplay on camera like it's gonna fix his image. But nobody dragged him harder than Pusha T. That's right. The Clips are back after 15 years, and they're making noise. Their new album, Let the Lord Sort It Out, just dropped. And yes, it features a blazing track with Kendrick, the same one Def Jam allegedly tried to get Pusha to take off. Now PCIA is spilling the full tea, who was really behind the sabotage attempts and how Drake's name is tangled up in the drama. Right before the album's release, Pusha hit IG with a bold message aimed straight at Drake's neck. He posted, "Can't nothing stop this." Great. The lies are very telling. The people will never believe these smear campaigns. And even though he didn't name drop, fans knew exactly who he meant. Especially since word just got out that Drake's been paying off platforms, some that never even heard the album, to trash it.
Y'all favorite Twitter pages are being paid to slander Clips the week of their album release. And I've been waiting to have a conversation with y'all like this for a little minute. So yesterday, Kirko, a famous page on Twitter, posted Clips' upcoming album, Let God Sort 'Em Out, has reportedly surfaced online days before its official release. And they turned their comments off. Now, Kirko has posted like when songs leak and stuff, but usually when big albums are about to come out or albums that people are talking about, like Hurry Up Tomorrow, for instance, The Weeknd's album leaked a couple days before the album drop, or some songs leaked at least. And they didn't necessarily post it. So I did find that weird, right?
For the last few weeks, Drake's stans have been flooding social media like it's their full-time job, dragging Clips nonstop. They've been throwing shade, calling Clips irrelevant, and washed up just for daring to drop a new album. Comments were flying like, Clips should be ashamed for releasing the worst rap album I've ever heard. And let's not forget the age slander. These dudes are pushing 50. One user even wrote, "Holy-ish, I'm gonna die laughing watching people try to hype this mess up." Another posted, "I'm glad Clips is struggling. They should make decent music instead of clout chasing by name dropping more famous rappers." And it didn't stop there. Someone even claimed they waited all this time just to drop a weak album that'll get buried under Bieber's next project, a Travis banger, and Drake's wireless set this weekend. Harsh. Drake's army also didn't let Pusha T's Instagram post slide by without clapping back. After Pusha accused someone of pushing lies and smear campaigns, one fan jumped on X and posted, "There is no smear campaign. Nobody cares about Clips anymore, not in 4 presidents." And to top it off, they threw shade at Clips' upcoming tour. They can't even sell 20% of their tickets. They're crying wolf because reality just hit them in the face. But Pusha T supporters aren't staying quiet either. They're saying this whole rant from Drake's side is just smoke to cover up what really matters. Drake just dropped yet another awkward diss track and music video. His latest single, What Did I Miss, dropped over the weekend, and fans are calling it embarrassing. So while Clips is catching heat online, Drake's the one actually spiraling in public again. And once again, Drake's out here whining about friends flipping on him during his beef with Kendrick Lamar, crying about loyalty like he's shocked people switched up. Oh, and guess when he dropped his new track? On the 1-year anniversary of Kendrick's Not Like Us. Real subtle, right? Clearly a response, but it didn't hit the way he hoped. Fans weren't feeling it at all. They jumped on him instantly for playing victim again. One post on X said, Drake always plays the victim. He's the fake one, trying to control his people. Didn't work out for you, huh? Another added, people need to understand Drake's always acting like the Vic. Always. Even What Did I Miss is giving folks secondhand embarrassment. Critics are calling it another example of Drake's so-called martyr complex, something Kendrick already called out in Euphoria. Fans are saying he's stuck in this cycle of dishing out sneak shots, but then crying when people fire back. And let's not forget the big legal mess he's wrapped up in. Drake is still suing his label, claiming they let Kendrick drop serious accusations that damaged his name. But here's the wild part. Drake's latest lyrics in What Did I Miss raise serious eyebrows. He raps, she might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Fans couldn't believe he said that, especially after the entire internet clowned him with that viral certified PDF file line. Even if he didn't mean it that way, that lyric is getting dragged hard. It's just not the kind of bar someone in his situation should be playing with. But the part that had people dying laughing, the actual music video. It shows Drake posted up in his backyard, standing stiff with a bunch of guns around him, like he's in a bootleg gangster movie.
But, I mean, y'all don't think it's extremely corny for him to be in a video surrounded by guns?
No, absolutely it is.
Like, what?
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all don't think that's extremely corny?
Yeah. But the song, honestly, it just sounds like another good hit Drake. I mean, a good Drake hit. It don't really sound like...
I don't even know if it's.
I wouldn't
You know
say.
what I mean?
I wouldn't
Like,
say a hit.
It don't.
It's a cool
I mean,
record.
like another Drake, like
Like the
single.
vibe.
Like, okay, cool, like a vibey single.
Why
like,
is he in the video surrounded by guns? What is the point?
Because,
You want to go to war because you lost the rap battle?
He said nobody cared till, they in front of your tombstone. So, what's
I'm
up?
not at him. I'm not mad at it. I just don't love the record. It's a cool record.
you
Why
don't
I
is
just don't
he
love
in
it.
the video surrounded by guns?
It was a reference to something, but I can look up the
Aubrey
reference.
Gun Graham?
Man, he really good.
AR Graham now. That's who you are now. You're AR Graham. This record would make a lot of sense if Drake hadn't said nothing for the last year and a half. If he hadn't said a word, no lawsuits, no nothing, hadn't said nothing, he just came out, what did I miss? I didn't know what y'all was on. Like, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
But you in the video surrounded by a bunch of choppers. Huh? You're the Canadian chopper slinger now.
Oh my God.
See, I'm just not. It's cool.
You the Toronto trigger squeezer now.
This guy's crazy.
Huh? What's going on?
You are so I know that man talk about you in therapy. You are so triggering.
Why y'all? But why, man? That's just tone deaf. You in a video surrounded by guns. You lost the rap battle. It is what it is. You got your ass handed to you for the past year and some change. Now you back with the choppers. And that's okay. Y'all just
It's
y'all
not
cool
okay.
with that.
Fans are calling it goofy, over the top, and straight up embarrassing. He was clearly trying to look hard, but it came off way more cartoonish than tough. And of course, Charlemagne wasted zero time roasting him live on The Breakfast Club. He said Drake's out here cosplaying a shooter and looking extremely corny doing it. Drake's fans are jumping to his defense, claiming that everybody missed the deeper message behind the whole gun setup in his video. They say the guns weren't meant to look threatening, at least not to Kendrick. According to them, all the weapons are pointed at Drake himself. He's standing between two snipers, both locked on him, which they claim symbolizes how everybody's aiming at him, yet he's still standing on business. Sounds deep, but not everyone's buying it. Others say Drake's just stirring the pot again, trying to throw more shade at Kendrick while playing victim. One user on X wrote, Kendrick's a real one. He's about that life. Drake ain't. He's in court talking about feeling unsafe while still rapping about revenge and flexing with weapons like it's Call of Duty. Another added, middle of a legal case, rapping around guns, talking revenge, and then going live threatening people? Yeah, he fumbled this one bad. And that live stream, total chaos. In case you missed it, Drake was driving around in a box truck, teasing tracks off his new album, Iceman, when things got weird. Some kids on bikes rolled up and shouted the B word at him, quoting "not like us." Drake snapped back, warning one of them he could get shot. But let's be real. Fans said even that didn't sound serious. One person said Drake couldn't threaten a squirrel without sounding like he's joking.
So where? So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now. We'll fold that up right now. Nerd. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah. Blessings. Blessings. You got to sell.
Also, it happened in Toronto, which explains why he had that full Toronto accent loaded up that night. Meanwhile, Pusha T is still out here applying pressure. Just days before Let the Lord Sort It Out dropped, Pusha gave a spicy interview with GQ. And yes, he took a clear shot at Drake for suing UMG over Not Like Us. Push didn't hold back. He said, "I don't rate him no more. The suing thing, that's bigger than rap. I just don't rate you." Sheesh. No name needed. We all know who he's talking about. Damn, it's wild how fast the music stops being about the art when lawsuits and label politics start creeping in. Pusha T didn't hold back. He called it out straight. Once legal threats and censorship start taking over, it cheapens everything. In a recent interview, PCIA dropped a major bomb. Def Jam allegedly wanted him to ask Kendrick to tone down his verse on the Clips track chains and whips. Why? Because they were scared Kendrick might go off and say something too raw about Drake.
And for them to have, the energy of a censorship level of energy, like, no, we're not putting this out. You stop, talking to my management team.
But Pusha wasn't folding. He said no to censoring Kendrick. And when he refused, Def Jam pushed harder, telling him to remove the entire track from the album. Again, Pusha stood his ground. And guess what happened next? Def Jam dropped Clips from the label altogether. That's when Clips pivoted and secured a distribution deal with Roc Nation instead. Pusha opened up about all this in a new interview with Elliott Wilson, explaining how Def Jam started nitpicking Kendrick's bars and putting pressure on Clips to ditch the collab entirely. But Pusha wasn't backing down, not this time. And he made it real clear, this mess reminded him exactly of what happened in 2018, back when he dropped the story of Adidon and exposed Drake for hiding a son.
And for me, at that point, I was like, man, this shit reminds me too much of 2018. Mm-hmm. And reminds me of everything that happened, within that year and a half.
Your battle with Drake.
Right, but I mean, just the censorship of it and the things that, were stopped and halted and verses and so on and so forth. I was like, oh, this is a real situation.
After that, Pusha says, several of his songs got shelved out of nowhere, like the industry wanted to punish him for going too far. In another interview with Pop, he explained that after that Drake diss, doors started closing. He tried to let it go. He wanted to move forward.
After Adidon, or whatever, there were quite a few records that were stopped, yo, we're not doing this, or was, just basically shelved. And it was verses. Yeah, my verses.
Pop Smoke album.
Yeah, Pop Smoke. But the telling part was when they would get the lyrics wrong.
Oh, sure.
So it one day I forget what song this was, but there was a Pop Smoke song that definitely was that had bars in it.
Mm-hmm. By you.
But then there was another that didn't, and they thought it did. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Mm-hmm. Because, you're interpreting something totally wrong.
But when Def Jam came back trying to pull the same shady move with chains and whips, that was his final straw. Pusha knew he couldn't stay silent this time. He had to take a stand, and he did, loud and clear. According to Pusha T, Def Jam didn't just try to kill chains and whips for Kendrick's verse. They also came up with a weak excuse, saying it was over the phrase Trump card. Supposedly, the label didn't want any political issues tied to Trump, but Pusha wasn't buying it. He called it what it was, straight up nonsense. He says the real reason was simple. They were trying to shield Drake. Def Jam didn't want two of Drake's biggest rivals linking up on one track and sending shockwaves through the industry.
In your mind, they were being overly sensitive about you rapping about another artist signed to that label. Drake, a huge artist under the Universal banner. And they were sort of playing referee. He was getting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander calls, is what you're saying.
For sure. For sure.
And at that point, you said, all right, I'll keep it moving. You put out Story of Adidon on SoundCloud instead of commercially. The Pop Smoke verse
that happened.
Removed.
The verses get removed. A couple verses get removed. I move on.
Right.
I just move on musically.
Right.
You know.
So then, fast forward to 2024.
Fast forward, yeah.
Drake and Kendrick do their thing.
Boom.
Drake files a lawsuit.
Boom.
You play them your new song with a Kendrick verse on it.
Boom.
How do they react?
Now, mind you, the energy up to that point is everybody's clamoring, oh, new album's coming, so on and so forth. Excitement. Everybody's ready. Listen, we 10 songs, 11 songs, 12 songs away. I mean, you know, close. We show up with the Kendrick verse, and everything's halted. It's halted. It's said that it will not be put out. They just didn't want to put it out. They would not speak via email.
They didn't want anything in writing.
Yeah, the label would not send emails.
Nothing in writing.
Nothing in writing to my management. They would call my management, 10 times in a row, trying to get all of this, trying to, just plead their case. Mm-hmm. Now, there was nothing even to be, they didn't like the optic, in my opinion, they didn't like the optics
of two Drake foes teaming up.
Right.
Yeah. Did there a line they pinpointed?
Censor? They pinpointed a line where the phrase trump card was used. Mm-hmm. Right? So stupid. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like the phrase trump card was used, and they said that they didn't want any problem with Trump or something like that as well.
Unrelated to
unrelated.
Totally
even unrelated. Yeah, totally unrelated.
Just a Trump.
Yeah.
A Trump.
Yeah.
So you felt like they were looking for something?
Of course. They were looking for
to halt the optics.
1,000%. That's my opinion.
Pusha did try to play it cool publicly, saying Chains and Whips isn't even about Drake. But let's be real, fans aren't buying that. The title alone feels like a clapback. The clues are all there, and the connection to Drake's past bars is way too obvious to ignore. Let's rewind. On Churchill Downs, Drake's collab with Jack Harlow. Drake spits, "All I hear is plug talk coming from middlemen," which was aimed straight at Pusha. Then he takes a swing at Kendrick with "Tall tales coming from little men, whips and chains like a dominatrix." So now Clips drops a song with Kendrick called Chains and Whips? Yeah, nobody's calling that a coincidence. Now the big question, what's Drake's next move? He's been teasing his new album, Iceman, for a minute now. No release date yet, but he's already said it's dropping sometime this year. And fans are watching closely, especially after Kendrick took the crown in their beef last year. For a while, it seemed like Drake had finally cooled off. He dropped a collab with Party Next Door, and people figured he was back in his R&B rap lane, singing smooth and leaving the gangster act alone. But not anymore. Now Drake's out here with gun-heavy music videos, throwing out veiled threats and letting everyone know this beef ain't over. On Instagram, he teased that Iceman is gonna shake people up. He wrote, "I grew up non-confrontational and always treated this game as a sport where my pen won gold. But these days, the podium's been hard for all of us to ignore." Sounds like Drake's gearing up for round 2, and he wants everyone to feel the chill. Drake closed out his message with one last cryptic statement. "I understand that this next chapter may leave you feeling uneasy, but I hope you see my honesty as clarity, not charity." That answers some questions, especially about the unanswered texts you've been sending me. Whew. That's either a warning shot or a confession. But either way, Drake's not done talking, and Iceman might be his coldest move yet. If you're keeping up with this wild saga, don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, because you already know. We'll be back with more. See you on the next one.